Hello, it's me again. I know you missed me in the seconds it took you to click the new link. I know you just did. Okay, we are back to do some math. And I don't know why I got stuck on the eraser because when I closed it, made it smaller and got it bigger, it was fine. So I don't know what I was doing. But we figured this problem out. There were a lot of kids in third grade. So I want you to think, how many arms does one student or one person have? How many arms? How many do you have? I just have two. Do you have more? We're gonna think that every single student has two arms, okay? So we're gonna start by thinking about two. So if one student has two, how many arms do 10 students have? What's two groups of 10? Did you figure out it's don't say it yet. Don't say it, because we're gonna skip count by twos. And I almost said it and I didn't want to. Okay? So we're gonna skip count by 2 to 10. So that's every finger, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. What did I just do? I went from counting by twos to counting by tens. Mrs. Nelson, is that what you're saying at home? Mrs. Nelson, let's do that again. And this time we're counting by twos the whole time, okay? Ready, set, go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So 10 students equal 20 arms. That's a lot of things people could hold, right? Yeah, we could hold lots of things. Good job. So we used skip counting by twos to figure it out. We could have put it together. So I'm just going past these because we already did this. We could have put it together and made an addition sentence too with all of our groups of twos. So how many did we have? 2 plus, oh yeah, see, my skills writing on this are not great. 2 plus 2 plus 2, and I have 1, 2, 3, and I needed 10, right? 2 plus 2, let's see, we got 3, 4 twos, 5 twos. Oh my goodness, I gotta get better at this. 6 twos, 7 twos, you know what? 8 twos, 9 twos, 10 twos. So if I counted these just like we counted all together, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So my 10 groups of 2 equal 20. Just like we already figured out that it all equals 20. Okay. Oh, guess what I forgot to do? The fun part. Erase, 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 erase. Erase, erase. We need an erase song. Erasing, we're erasing the math. Yeah, you're gonna get tired of all my little songs that I sing this year. Erasing, erasing. Then we go back to our pointer. So we agree that 10 groups of 2 is 20, right? We just proved it. We just showed our math. We just drew it. So when we talk about the read, draw, write process, that was the draw part. So, and then I proved it with that picture that 10 groups of 2 is 20. So if we were in class, we would get out the counters. So is there anything in your house that you might have enough to have 12 of? Could you find 12 pennies, 12 buttons? Some people sew and have buttons. What about 12 fruit snacks, or 12 pieces of cereal, or 12 goldfish? Something you can have 12 of. And I want you to take that 12 and can you put them in equal groups of 2? So an important part of our math vocabulary in this module and in module 3 is talking about equal. Equal means they're the same. So if I'm putting them in equal groups of 2, they need to be in groups that are the same. So I want you to pause this if you can find something to actually move around and put in groups of 2. Okay, so I'm hoping you found your objects and you're back with me. So I'm going to do my best to draw little circles because counters are usually circles. They don't have to be. So if I had 12, 1, 2, 3, are you counting with me? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. And I'm going to pick a different color to circle. So if I have to make equal groups, the same amount has to be in each group. So if whatever object you grabbed, they should be in groups of 2. Because if we're making them equal, they have to be in groups of 2. And we would know that 12 is an even number because there aren't any left over. That's really how you know. Even you can split it into evenly groups of 2, odds you're going to have one left over. So 12 is an even number. And how many equal groups did we make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we made 6 groups of 2. So this is showing 6 times 2, or 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And we can figure that out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? We could absolutely figure, I almost forgot my favorite part. Erase, erase, erase. Erase, erase, erase. Erase, erase, erase. Erase, erase, erase. We're done with this problem. Erase, erase, erase. Okay, next. 6 equal groups of how many counters? So now if I had 6 groups, how many in each group did I have? Do you remember? That's right, it was 2. So each group had 2 little counters. So if we were going to write an addition sentence, we would write 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Whoops, you can't see my fingers. 12, and we would be done. So we'd write 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So 2 6 times, okay? So that's how many times we'd write it. But in unit form, so unit means 1, how many 2's did we add to make 12? So if we were just talking about 2 all by itself, how many did we add to make 12? We would still add 6 groups of 2, right? So even though we'd write it in different ways, here's modeling out 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 12. Or 6 2's equals 12. And if you're saying unit, you're going to write this out in words. So 6 groups of 2's equals 12. So we have 6 2's equal 12. Or we could make a multiplication, which is so much faster because 6 times 2 equals 12. Or you could think 6 plus 6 equals 12, because it's just like having 2 6's also. So how do you think 6 times 2 equals 12 relates to all of these other number sentences? What do you think? Well, I think they're all showing the same way to figure the same thing out, but I think multiplication is so much faster than going 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 12. I think it's just so much faster. And that's why we move from repeated addition to multiplication, because they're easier and they're faster. And we say that that's more efficient. So we're going to be very efficient, okay, and in our equal groups. And we're going to try to take our equal groups from adding to multiplication, all right? So if we took those same 12 counters of whatever we had and we put them in groups of 3, now how many groups would you have? So you can pause it if you want to do that. You have your counters still. So if we were putting them in equal groups of 3, it would look something like, oh my goodness, there's no picture. I thought I put in a picture. I'm so sorry, guys. So I skipped it because I thought I had a picture that showed you exactly how much. So let me go back for a minute. So if I'm putting in equal groups of 3, but we still have our 12 counters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But this time, I'm making groups of 3. So I've got 3 in that group, 3 in the second group, 3 in my third group, and 3 in my fourth group. And so 12 in equal groups of 3. I almost said divided by, because technically this is division, but we're not there yet. So 12 in equal groups of 3 means we made 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So we could say 4 times 3 equals 12. 4 groups, 3 in a group equals 12. I know, don't get ahead of myself, huh? Skipping to division and we haven't even conquered multiplication yet. But we're going to, because we're smarties. We are so smart. We got our big old math brains on because we're learning. And we're going to do so good in multiplication. And I promise you, even if you think it's hard now, it's going to get so easy. And at the end of the year, you're going to be like, Mrs. Nelson, that is so easy. I hear it every year. And if we made those into groups of 4, remember what we just learned. We have 4 groups, there's 3 in each group. So our factors are just going to switch. So that's our numbers that we multiply together. Those factors are just going to switch. And now we would have 3 groups with 4 in a group. If you want to pause and make that, you can. I know I'm taking up way too much time for math today, so I'm trying to go just a little bit faster. Okay, we already showed that. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day. So if we have 4 3s, this is just another way to write this. It's still talking about 4 groups of 3. 4 groups of 3 is still going to equal 12. So remember when you did, I'm hoping you did, number bonds, or maybe at your other school you did a factor tree. And if we would have had 12 on top, in multiplication, we're going to put the numbers we multiply together on the bottom. So 3 times 4 equals 12, or 4 times 3 equals 12, but it's still going to be a factor tree. So your numbers aren't going to change. They're all going to be there. So all 3 numbers would still be there. I can't all of a sudden say 12 divided by 3 equals 6. It just doesn't work. And if you had objects and you're moving your objects, you would know that. Okay, 4 divided by 3 equals 12. So how does it relate? Remember, these all relate together. We're just taking that repeated addition and our unit form, and we're going to squish it and make it more efficient. And we're going to multiply. So it's the same thing. 4 groups of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3 equals 12. So 4 3s, 4 groups of 3 equals 12. It's all saying the same thing. Okay. If you have, I'm going to skip past this because I think you guys have probably got it. If you have any questions, please email me, email your teachers. We might not be able to get back to you during the school day hours, which would be 8 from 3:15, 8 to 3:30 if we have carpool that week. But we'll get back to you as soon as we can, and we'll try to help you as soon as we can. If you have any questions on your math, remember when I showed you, let me make this smaller if I can. Remember when I showed you that you can write comments down here? Even if it's got something like little notes, teacher notes, you don't need those. Take them out, write a comment. There's also a way to add a comment on the side, but for some reason, my brain has forgotten that for now. So when I remember, I'll show you that. But you can write your comment on the bottom. You can email us, send us a message, let us know if there's something you don't understand, and we're happy to help you. Happy math! Now you get to go to Zearn, and I'm so excited because I think Zearn is a fun way to practice what we just learned.